Hey folks, Justin in the shed, gearing up for a session tomorrow afternoon. Stay tuned because my dad and I are going to be dropping the kayaks in and we're going to be out there fishing the 5 new ZMan Slim Swims colours. Fish on. Alright, fishing the new ZMan Slim Swims colours. I've got a Houdini on here. Gonna send him up, put a bit of sardine pilchard on him, I think. A little bit of sardine pilchard. Send him up a little. We're just working an edge on the last of the dropping tide, fishing with my dad, who's just up there. And we're just gonna see if we can get a few fish on these new Slim Swims colours. They look good. See what we can find. So I've picked the Houdini first up to fish. It's made up of 2 colours. Top colour is gudgeon, bottom colour is greasy prawn. So we actually took the original Houdini and separated it to make those 2 colours, greasy prawn and gudgeon. So the top colour is gudgeon, which is UV, the bottom colour is greasy prawn, which isn't. And 2 favourites for brim tournament crew and that sort of thing. So definitely going to be a favourite for the brim tournament guys. Pretty much a gudgeon Slim Swims. And yeah, should be pretty effective on a wide range of species, fresh and salt, I reckon. Yep, there we go. Yeah, it was a good looking bit of sand hitting the weed edge there, so I flicked it right in on that edge.
There's been a bit of bait fishing flying around in there too, mate.
Yeah, that was good. He just clunked it. A couple of twitches, nailed it. Come on, buddy, in the net. Oh, there we go. We got one on the Houdini colour, so there we go. That's the new Houdini 2.5 inch Slim Swims, getting the bite. Put him on the grips. We'll put him on the measure. He might be dinner for my dad. I like to keep one for a feed, let the rest go. Let's have a look at him. Yep, he's a nice 45, 46 centimetre fish. Right, let's get that out of you, buddy. There you go, that's the Houdini colour, nice little flatty. 45, 46 centimetre fish. Houdini 2.5 inch Slim Swims getting the bite. So we're going to keep that one for a feed for tonight, and the rest of them we'll send back on their way. Alright, that was pretty cool. So that was on the Houdini colour. I'm going to change it up now. Caught a fish on Houdini, so we'll have a look what other colours we got in the bag. Scuff the leader a little, but I think it'll be okay. So I'm going to take that Houdini off. My 1/4 ounce 1.0 TT HeadlockZ Finesse. I'm going to change it up. Fishing a weed edge there, dirty sort of weed edge. So that Houdini I think will be perfect. Fresh or salt, clean water, dirty water, I don't think it's going to matter. It's a brilliant colour and it combines those 2 favourites into one. This is another favourite of mine and I'm super stoked that this is now available in a 2.5 inch Slim Swims. One of my favourites in a 3 inch minnows, especially in dirty water, that's the Gold Rush. So the classic black top, translucent sort of belly with the gold fleck through it. So dynamite dirty water colour, dynamite around the weed as well. I love it, love fishing it around the weed. Bit of bait going on over there, I think. So hopefully Dad's in there whacking one now. He's fishing the dirty oil. I showed him the 5 new colours, so I said, what do you want to fish? And he was straight on the dirty oil. He loves the midnight oil, loves the motor oil, so no brainer to give the dirty oil a run. Luckily these things are 10 times tough elastic, so you can rig them over and over again, because I'm having an absolute shocker I'm trying to get this bloke rigged straight. I just caught a fish, so I want to get in there and get another one. So I'm a bit fired up. There we go. That'll be straight enough. Put a bit of sardine pilchard on, that seemed to work on that one. So I'm going to go the sardine pilchard, put a squirt of that on, and we'll get back in there and see if we can find another one. That was pretty awesome. New Slim Swims Houdini tick. Let's get one on the Gold Rush. flathead are a schooling fish, so I'm going to go pretty much right back in where I got that last one. So I don't know if you can pick it up, there's not a lot of sun, but there's a weed edge and it's a steep weed edge and a good sand drop off into a little bit deeper water, and that fish was laying right there where I thought he'd be. So it'd be cool if you had a mate in there with him. Right on that edge, right there, that's it, spot on, right on the edge there. Yep, there he is. Right where his mate was. Right where his mate was on that same edge. So sitting right on the weed edge. Unbelievable. Oh, it's got a little bit of go to it. It's only a little fella, but that's pretty cool. Smash that second cast on the Gold Rush colour, right on that same spot where I thought he'd be. So we'll send him away. See you, buddy. We'll head back out a little bit. Might be starting to pick up a little as that tide drops out. Basically the wind's pushing us into the bank, so we need to bring ourselves out a little, reposition, and then throw a few more casts again at the edge there. But that's pretty cool. A couple of fish in quick time. That one's not illegally, so I won't count him, so I'm going to go again with the Gold Rush. I want to catch illegally on it. Alright, big long cast right into that edge again where those couple came from. Just a little, perfect little spot for them. Little basin, sandy bottom, but with a really solid weed edge where they can get the bait stacked up there and just lay there and wait for the bait and smash it. I don't know whether that was a fish or just a bit of weed then. Alright, so what I'm doing here, I'm just basically it's a basic hopping retrieve, so I'm punching it into that weed edge and I'm just letting it hit the bottom, giving it a few twitches, winding up the slack, letting it hit the bottom again. I'm fishing it fairly quick because it's fairly shallow and I'm fishing a 1/4 ounce head. A couple of twitches, give it a pause. Just bumping that, making sure I stay in contact with that bottom. That's where the flatties like to sit. Oh, there's a bit of movement in there. What's that in there? A little bit of movement. Something stirring up the bait. You can see the wind's taking me into that bank again, so I'll have to back paddle back out a bit. Yep, there we go. Bait flicking, flick to the bait. Oh no, lost him, did I? No, it's still on there. He's cranky. Something was in there smashing up the bait, so I made the cast into the disturbance. And this fish was on it straight away. On a little fella. But that's pretty cool. That's another one on the Gold Rush. So for any of you that like fishing a bit of dirty water flatty, especially around the weed and that sort of thing, that Gold Rush is going to be an absolute winner, as it is in the 3-inch minnows. He's on there, little guy, but still pretty cool. Ready to go back, buddy? You ready? Oh, go on, away he goes. Beautiful. That was brilliant. How many times does that happen? Cast to the bait, get the bite. Stoked. Alright, so we've got 2 fish on our Gold Rush. Not legalies, but we got 2, so that's good. We know that critter's going to work, no problem. What other colours have we got here in these new ones? So Gold Rush has always been a favourite, especially dirty water favourite. So we've given that one a run. What else have we got in the 5 new colours? Here we go. We'll go a Slam Shady. So Slam Shady is that variation on pearl. Absolute beautiful looking colour. So it's a translucent pearl base with a silver fleck through it, which really gives it a nice little bit of flash, makes it stand out from the school and that sort of thing. You can see there, translucent colour in pearl base with that silver fleck through it. It's very, very natural baitfish colour, those white bait and hardy heads and those sorts of things. So it's going to appeal to a lot of species and also a lot of anglers that love that pearl but are just looking for something maybe a smidge more natural than this more stark standard pearl colour. That's our favourite little 2.5 inch SwimZ. My favourite estuary plastic for sure, all round estuary plastic. Brim eat it right through to big flatties, and trevally and tailor and all sorts of species eat that. Let's see how we go. I don't often fish pearl colour. Oh, I don't often fish a pearl colour, so let's see how we go with the Slam Shady. Oh, there's some bait flicking around here, but just, I don't know what's going on. There's nothing eating it. Oh, till that just drilled my plastic. Just as I said that. Yeah, I sped up my retrieve and it just got drilled. Oh, that's got a bit of go to it as well. Yeah, it might be a trevally or something, I don't know. It's got a bit of go. It could be a flatfish. If it is, it's a good one. Oh, cranky. I was flicking around that bait, and I just remarked how weren't getting any bites, but there was plenty of bait around. Then this guy drilled it. Feels like a pretty good flatty too. That was a solid take, and it feels like a nice flatty. That's on that Slam Shady colour. I know there's a lot of you guys out there right now going, Pearl's a winner, Pearl's always the winner. It is a great colour. And this Slam Shady, I reckon, is even better than Pearl. So, such a really beautiful, natural, pearly colour with that silver fleck through it. Here he comes. Not a giant fish, but geez, he's giving me some grief. Come on, buddy. Yeah, not a monster. Geez, he punched above his weight, that's for sure. Definitely felt like a bigger fish than that. But that's a good size flatty. Heavy fish. Gee, I wasn't having much luck there. I'm not sure exactly how much of that fight we captured on camera. The GoPro froze and then my battery went flat. Anyway, we've got him. He's in the net, and that's that was on the Slam Shady colour in the 2.5 inch SwimZ. That's a nice flatty. That's the best one we've caught today. Need to chill things out a little bit here. So we're on the grips, so we're safely on the grips. That's a good thing. We'll get this bag out of the way. Let's have a look at you. So you're a nice flathead. Look at that. That's a beautiful fish. Fought brilliantly. Be probably mid-50s, maybe a bit bigger than that. And it's just about to spit that plucky out. There it is there. So that's that Slam Shady colour. So, oh, settle down. I'll get a hold of you. So that's our flatty. There it is, Slam Shady, that beautiful bait fishy colour. It's funny, that fish, as soon as I sped up the retrieve, the fish nailed it. So those slower retrieves, maybe I'm giving them too much time to look at it today, and I should be cranking it a little bit quicker and trying to fire them up. So, alright, we'll sort out this mess. Alright, there we go. That's a nice fish on the Slam Shady 2.5 inch slimmy. Let's get this critter back in the water. He's giving me a whistle. He's drifted down a bit further, but I think he's onto a fish by the sound of it. Oh yep, I just saw it fire up on the surface there. But there you go. Ronnie is onto a grunter. Good meaty solid fish. They go hard, those guys. And that is on the dirty oil colour. You know where they get their name from. They're actually javelin fish, but yeah, called grunter for obvious reasons. Alright, let's get back into it. So we're keeping an eye out for bait and we're working the weed edge. So far we have caught, I've got a grunter on the Houdini, and we missed that because I hadn't put a battery in the GoPro. Then a flatty, about 45 on the Houdini. So that was Houdini ticked off. Switched over to the Gold Rush. Got a couple of flatties on the Gold Rush. Switched over to the Slam Shady. Got a nice mid-50s or bigger flatty on that Slam Shady. And then got the whistle from Ronnie, and he was on. Ducked over and he had a grunter on the dirty oil. And now we're both on the blood oil to wrap things up on the 5 new colours. See if we can catch a fish for the afternoon on each colour. Came out late in the afternoon to get the end of the low, so we're running out of light a little bit, but hopefully one of us can nail one on the blood oil, and then our mission is successful. We wanted to duck out and see if we could catch a fish on each of the new colours because we hadn't had a chance to yet, so we've almost completed our mission. I hope Ronnie ticks off the final one. Nice big flatty would be nice. On! He's on. He's on the blood oil. Don't shake it off. Might be a Brembo maybe. Oh, it looks alright. Silver? Geez, you're getting the silver ones. I can put a net under him if you like.
You might have to. It's a good fish.
Another grunter. I can hear him, he's having a chat. He looks like the wrong sort too, he looks a bit stripy.
Yeah.
Nice one, mate. Grunter on the blood oil colour, 2.5 inch slimmy. You've made a bit of an art out of catching grunter lately, hey? Whoop, he's away.
He's gone.
That was a friendly release.
Friendly release, yep.
Alright.
There we go.
Well, we've ticked off all the colours. What do you reckon? Might try and get one more on the blood oil?
Why not?
You're in a good spot here, I'll get out of your way. There you go, folks. We ducked out for a quick arvo session. 5 new colours in the Slim Swims. Put a fish in the yak on each colour. Can't argue with that. Pretty nice afternoon. Bit overcast, but pretty nice on the water. I'll go back around this way and get out of his way. He's caught 2 grunter now off that weed edge, feeding along that edge. Feels a little brimmy here. I'm going to pick up the other rod because it's got a 1/8 head on it. Just roll that 1/8 head over the shallows here, I think. That one's got the Houdini on it, but it's on a 1/8, so that's what we want. Light head. Looks like there's a few brim up on this flat. Yep, there we go. Finally, we hooked one. What are you up here playing up on top of these flats? Oh, feels pretty solid. Just a Brembo, are you? Yeah, nice Brembo. So there we go. Finish our session off by twitching some lightly weighted plastics over the flats. That's that Houdini colour getting chomped by that Brembo, just hooked in the lip. Yeah, beauty, good fun. Yep, there we go. I was just twitching that one on the top. Feels alright. Shallow water though. There we go, folks. We're just twitching. Oh, what are you? Just twitching 2.5 inch swims across the surface late afternoon.
Oh,
He's a tailer. I thought he was a big whiting because he took it so shallow. How's that? That is awesome, folks. Just having a flick, twitching that pucky on the top, and this tailor's grabbed it. He's not a bad fish either. He's a nice fish. Come here, buddy, get in the net. I would have taken a horse whiting though. He's a nice tailor though. That's what I was saying before, folks, about that swims. That slims, everything eats that slimmy. And you know how much my dad loves to feed a fresh tailor? A lot. I think he might end up eating this bloke tonight. Don't bite my net, mate. Oh, I'm not going to lip grip you, I'll just grab you. Let go of my net now. That is a nice tailor, Dad.
that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I was in such shallow water, I thought it was a whiting. Look at that. That's solid. How's that one, Dad?
That's beautiful, isn't it?
That's a cracker tailor. Was not expecting that. We're well out of tailor season. So I'm glad no one told him. He'd be 46, something like that. All right, he's going to get bled and he's going in the ice box.